climate change and landscape architecture. So first, let's talk about what is climate change. Climate change is long-term changes in climate and weather caused by human activities. It is a threat to ecosystems and daily life in general. It can harm animals by ruining their habitats and cause worse weather events like storms, hurricanes, etc. So how does climate change and landscape architecture connect? Landscape architects can design nature-based solutions and landscapes throughout communities that can help ecosystems. They basically add back some of the necessities we are losing from climate change back into daily life. Some ways they do this is water efficiency, use of recycled materials, alternate transportation and travel, reduce heat island effects, and the use of local materials. So the first way is water efficiency. Creating water landscape features helps respond to the need of more water from climate change. It allows savory of water that would have just been sucked up. So an example would be rainwater being used as the main water source for a landscape feature. For example, in this bottom left picture, as you can tell, the main focus on this whole sculpture and architect is that the water that's being used. A big practice is residential rain gardens. It allows 30% of rainwater to be reused into the ground. On the bottom right picture, as you can see, there's rocks basically everywhere surrounding the plants in the house. Rocks absorb water like a sponge, allowing the water to sink down to the ground. Another way would be recycled materials. So construction waste is about 40% of all waste generated each year. Using recycled materials in new projects can help lower that percentage. Waste is a big reason climate change is increasing so rapidly. So in the picture in the bottom left, I put a picture of how citizens can help use recycled materials. And then in the bottom right, it's a picture explaining all the recycled materials that was used for this specific project. Another way would be transportation and travel. So landscape architects are able to create pathways for alternate transportations, decreasing the use of cars. So some ways would be bike paths and walking paths. So on the bottom left, there's a walking path. The bottom right, that would be a bike path. And while there will always be a road, having a nice path can encourage more bike riding or walking. Another example would be reduced heat islands. So heat islands are urbanized areas that experience higher temperatures. Unnatural rise in temp equals more greenhouse gases. Green roofs help provide shade and reduce heat from the air. An example of this would be LEED certified buildings. In the bottom right picture, that is a LEED certified building. As you can tell, the roof is all grass and plants. This helps reduce the reflect of the heat into the earth. More open areas allow for heat to spread more evenly. So, for example, in cities, usually there's buildings everywhere, but they're trying to add more parks, kind of to reduce the effect of the buildings. And lighter colored pavements reduce the amount of heat being absorbed, so they're trying to make the roads lighter colored rather than a dark pavement. The last way would be local materials. So transporting materials from long distance is unnecessary when you can buy it local. You want to make use of the local materials rather than buying from foreign producers. It's a lot more self-sufficient as well. You want to be cautious about the materials you're buying and how they're being transported, and is it really necessary to get them transported? You want to use local materials as much as possible. The main idea of this whole presentation is that landscape architects can help a lot to reduce climate change. There are many ways for simple designs to help Earth, and in order to keep the world we love, we must focus on how to save it first. And then these are my references. Thank you.